Dear students, myself Dr. Mallikarjun S. Biradar, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Government First Grade College, Basavakaland. Now the 45th session of Graph Theory 2, the topic is results related to 4CC and its conclusion. And even we are at the concluding stage of the colorability topic. Okay, so results related to 4CC. What is 4CC? It is a 4 color conjecture. So in the 44th session, in detail we have discussed what is 4CC, 4 color conjecture. What is the statement of the 4 color conjecture? Every planar graph is 4 colorable. So in detail we have discussed about that topic, why it is called a conjecture, why it is not a theorem. All those ideas we have discussed. Okay, so let me recall the statement of 4 color conjecture. As I said, every planar graph is 4 colorable. This is the graph theoretical way, but actually the 4 color conjecture states that any map, it may be Indian map or it may be world map or it may be African continent map, or whichever may be the map. Okay, the 4 color conjecture states that any map on a plane or on the surface of a sphere can be colored with only 4 colors. That is, maximum 4 colors are required to color any map, so that no two adjacent countries have the same color. Okay, if you consider a map, every map is 4 colorable. It implies maximum 4 colors are sufficient to color any map, so that the adjacent countries, means the countries with a common boundary, must have different colors. So that is the colorability of a map. So that is a 4 color conjecture. But in a graph theoretic way, how we used to say the statement? Every planar graph is 4 colorable, because map is nothing but it is a plane graph. That is, it is a planar graph. So it implies every planar graph is 4 colorable, maximum 4 color. It may be possible to color with the 3 colors or with the 2 colors. Okay, but it is 4 colorable, maximum 4 colors are sufficient. So this is the statement of the 4 color conjecture. Even I have told you why it is called a conjecture, why it is not called as a 4 color theorem. See, in mathematics, as I said earlier, if you consider or if you state something, if you do not prove the result, if you do not prove whatever you have stated, it won't be considered as a standard result or a theorem unless you prove the statement. Okay, so by simply saying the statement without the proof, it won't be a theorem. So what is the difficulty in proving the 4 color theorem or 4 color conjecture? Why it is not called a 4 color theorem? So that is the question. I think that question you might be getting in your mind also. So why it is called a 4 color conjecture rather than a 4 color theorem? So as I said, till today, of course, the statement of the 4 color conjecture is that every planar graph is 4 colorable, or if you consider any map, even the world map, it is 4 colorable. So no one till today, no one come up with a map which requires more than 4 colors. So no one come up with a map which requires more than 4 colors. If someone brings a map saying that no, this map requires more than 4 colors, is there any such map? No, there is no any such map which requires more than 4 colors. But even there is no proof, there is no manual proof for this statement. Till today, there is no manual proof for this statement. So there is no map which requires more than 4 color. There is no manual proof for this statement. That's why it is considered as a 4 color conjecture. Even we have discussed what is the difficulty to prove the result, because of course we are starting with any arbitrary vertex. Coloring of a graph with any arbitrary vertex you can start, but one way it may take 5 colors. The same map, if you color in a different way, by considering the same condition that the adjacent vertices must have different color, you are getting only 4 colors. So one or the other way, every planar graph, or you can say every plane graph, is 4 colorable. Okay, one or the other way. Even someone says if you follow this way, you are getting 5 colors, but the same graph if you follow from other way, it will be colored by 4 colors. Okay, so you may start the coloring of your house from the bedroom or from the kitchen, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it should be colored. Okay, so you may start with any of the rooms, so like that, you may start with any of the state, any of the vertices. But there is no proper way how to start and how to end. So, for that reason, it is very difficult to prove the result. So, theorem, so, sorry, statement. So, for that reason, it is not a theorem, it is just a conjecture. Okay. So now definition of n reason colorable. Just now already in the previous session also we have discussed, like m colorable graph, 4 colorable, 3 colorable, like that. N reason colorable means a plain graph G is said to be n reason colorable if the region of G can be colored. Region means the faces of G can be colored with n or fewer colors. Okay, maximum n. You may be, it may be possible to color with the less than n colors also. So, or fewer colors, so that adjacent regions or adjacent faces are colored differently. Okay, so this is the definition of n region colorable. Now we consider one theorem. Though the 4 color conjecture, it is a conjecture, it is not a theorem, it is a conjecture, because no one come up with a map which requires more than 4 colors, or no one till today proved the result, that is the manual proof is not there. So for that reason we are considering it as a conjecture. Though it is a conjecture, even though we are saying that, or the statement of the theorem is like that, the 4 color conjecture is true. 4 color conjecture is true if and only if every plane graph is 4 region colorable. Very interesting. Though we are unable to prove the result, 4 color conjecture, that's why it's called conjecture. But the conjecture itself is true if and only if every plane graph is 4 region colorable. So this is the statement. Very interesting result. Okay, how to prove the result? Suppose the 4 color conjecture is true, because it is a general result if and only if. So okay, converse part is also true. First we consider the 4 color conjecture is true. So as per the statement, what is the 4 color conjecture? Every planar graph is 4 colorable. Let G be a plane graph. Let G be a plane graph, and let H be the underlying graph of the dual of G. Already we know, if you consider a plane graph G, how to construct the geometrical dual. Okay, by inserting a vertex in each face, including the exterior face. If there is any edge common between those two faces, then you have to join those two vertices corresponding to the faces which are adjacent. So like that you are getting a geometrical dual. But after that, how to construct the underlying graph, that also I have told you. After constructing the geometrical dual, if there are multiple edges between two vertices, instead of multiple edges, you have to consider only one edge. And if there are loops, how you are getting loops in the geometrical dual? The bridges. Instead of bridge, you are considering one loop. For that reason, where the bridges appeared. Okay. So in deleting all loops, whatever the graph you are getting, that graph is called the underlying graph of the G star, dual of the graph. Okay. So what I am going to say is that let H be the underlying graph of the dual of G. Okay. Now two vertices of G are adjacent if and only if the corresponding vertices of H are adjacent. Definitely, because two vertices of G means the plane graph, they are adjacent if and only if the corresponding vertices of H are adjacent, because the faces are the vertices and multiple edges are deleted. Definitely there will be adjacency. Since H is planar, obviously H is planar, because the underlying graph is, again, it is a planar graph. Since H is planar, it follows by hypothesis that H is 4 colorable, because the 4 color conjecture is true. We are considering when H is planar, definitely it is 4 colorable. So thus, when it is 4 colorable, then G is 4 region colorable, because you are considering the underlying graph. It implies you are considering the dual graph and its underlying graph. When underlying graph is 4 colorable, obviously the graph corresponding to the underlying graph or the G star, it will be 4 region colorable. Now to prove the converse part of this result, suppose every plane graph is 4 reason colorable. Every plane graph is 4 reason colorable. Now we have to prove the 4 color conjecture is true. Okay, let G be a plane graph. It is known that the dual G star of G can be embedded in the plane because G star, the geometrical dual, is also a plane graph. Geometrical dual is also a plane graph. So when it is plane graph, it implies it can be embedded in the plane so that each region of G star contains one vertex of G. Definitely, because G star, in G star, the faces of G are considered as the vertices of G star, contains one vertex of G. If G star is a multiple graph or pseudo graph, multiple graph means between two vertices if there are two or more than two edges. So such edges are called multiple edges. So pseudo graph means if there are multiple edges as well as the loop. Okay, so then that graph is called a pseudo graph. So what I am going to say is that then it can be converted into, sorry, if G star is a multiple graph or pseudo graph, it is a there is a chance that the geometrical dual may be a multiple graph or there may be some loops. So multiple graph with loops, it will be considered as a pseudo graph. Then it can be converted into a graph G1 by inserting two vertices into each loop of G star. If there are loops, what you have to do? Insert one vertex between such loops. And by replacing a vertex in all but one edge in each set of multiple edges. Instead of multiple edges, you have to consider only one set of edges, joining the same two vertices. So two vertices of G are adjacent if and only if the corresponding regions of G1 are adjacent. So you can take one example and you may understand yourself. Okay, so two vertices of G are adjacent if and only if the corresponding regions of G1 are adjacent. So since G1 is 4 region colorable, okay, G1 is 4 region colorable, it implies that G is also 4 colorable. So it's very interesting part that we have proved. Okay, I hope you have followed the proof. So overall, what we have discussed in this session, so what is n region colorable graph and the results related to 4cc. And one more thing I forgot in this, I forgot to mention the conclusion of 4cc. So overall conclusion is that, as I said, the manual proof does not exist so far, but in the year 1976, two computer engineers, or you can say the computer scientists, um, they have proved the result by considering 1800, or you can say around 2000 graphs. Okay, so Kenneth and Wolfgang. So Kenneth and Wolfgang, those are the two computer scientists. They have proved the result in the year 1976 by considering 1800 different graphs, planar graphs. So they have proved, but it's very difficult to understand the proof because it is a computer oriented, program oriented proof. So it is not easy to follow as we used to follow the manual proof. Okay, so that's why though there is a proof for the four color conjecture, they have proved with the help of, or they used the computer to prove the result by considering 1800 graphs. But manual proof does not exist. But ultimately, what we can conclude, though every planar graph may not be possible to color with four colors, but certainly every planar graph is five colorable. That is a conclusion at last. Of course, one or the other way it is possible to color any planar graph with four colors. But what we are saying, though it may not be possible to color with four colors, but definitely every planar graph is five colorable. That's why there is a theorem that every planar graph is five colorable. Even the proof is also there for that theorem. Okay, manual proof is there. Okay, so with this we conclude this session. Even we conclude the colorability topic. So these are the reference books. If you want, you can refer. So with this, we conclude the session. Thank you.